Welcome back to another episode of The Source. Hot week, great week last week, but a new week is here. It is now Monday. We're going back-to-back hot weeks. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling phenomenal about tonight's games. 7 items on tonight's menu. I know that's kind of a lot, but we do have 9 games, so there's a lot of content. Let's rip right through it.
Welcome to The Source. Hey, get the source. The source. The source. Hey, get the source.
First up, New York Knicks basketball. You already know I'm betting, but I'll show you the data anyway. Line up with the Knicks laying 2.5 points here in the Mecca. Early sharp money favoring the Knicks. No changes at all in the money. We're still looking at the money favoring the New York Knicks here. Now, why the consensus line drops from 2.5 to 2, I have no explanation. It's either a trap or those questionables. There's a few injured Lakers that are questionable. Maybe the books have insider information that they're going to play. I really don't know why it dropped to 2. Not the biggest deal. I mean, from 2.5 to 2, it's not a crazy drop. But we are looking at Knicks -2 to make our pick. Lakers have Kyle Kuzma, Wesley Matthews, and Marc Gasol all listed as questionable tonight. Who cares, though, whether they play, whether they don't play? This is the Knicks we're talking about, possibly the hottest team in the league right now. Cover machines. You already know I'm taking the Knicks. Nerlens Noel is going to handle Drummond under the basket. No one even knows how good Nerlens Noel's been playing as the defensive focal point for this Knicks. Nerlens is playing great defense. Give me the Knicks -2.5. Yup, it's going on the menu. If anything changes, I will tweet it out and put it on my Instagram story next game. Next game up is Mavericks versus Sixers in Dallas. Line open with the Mavericks getting 2.5 points at home, so we got a home dog right away here. Dallas +2.5 at home. Early sharp money is favoring the Mavericks. 65% of the money as of 9 a.m. is on Dallas. From there, everyone starts coming in and leveling Philly. As of 1 p.m., we're looking at 84% of the money on the Sixers. Consensus line never moves from 2.5, and that's a little sketchy. Not gonna lie, I'm not gonna call it a trap. I'm just saying that's a little sketchy that hasn't moved to 3 or even to touch 3. The books may really like Dallas here. I think they like that Philly money coming in because the books are on Dallas. I don't care who the books like because the Sixers are the right play here. They're fully healthy. They've had a day's rest. Dallas played last night. I love the Sixers here. Give me Philly -2.5. Yep, we're throwing it on the menu. If anything changes, I will tweet it out and put it on my Instagram story next game. Next up, Magic Spurs in Orlando. Line open with the Magic getting 6 points at home, so we got another home dog here. Early bets are even, but sharps are on San Antonio. We got 86% of the early money on the Spurs. Money's on the Spurs all morning into the afternoon. Consensus line will move from 6 up to 6.5. Few question marks for the Magic here, most notably Chuma Okeke. I like the Spurs either way. I'm going to take the Spurs -6.5. I'll lay the points. It will be on the menu if Okeke doesn't play. And I can't believe a guy named Okeke is having this much of an impact on my betting strategy, but hey, he's turning out to be a pretty good player for Orlando. So if Okeke plays, I'm taking the Spurs, but it won't be on the menu. If he doesn't play, Spurs -6.5 is on the menu. If anything changes, I will tweet it out and put it on my Instagram story next game. Next game up, T-Wolves versus Nets in Minnesota. Line open with the T-Wolves getting 7.5 points at home here, so a big home dog. And the sharp money likes the home dog. Sharp money's on Minnesota early. Consensus line would drop all the way down to 6. And when it hits 6, we do see some Brooklyn money come in. I actually think it flipped. I think we're 58% of the money on Brooklyn now. Line went from 6 up to 6.5. Obviously, the Nets dealing with some inactives right now. Kyrie Irving out for personal reasons again. And I want to make a joke about this, but honestly, I'm beginning to think he's got something really wrong with him. Like, he actually needs help type of thing. So I don't feel comfortable like joking about it because who knows what's going on in his head or in his personal life. Either way, Kyrie's out, Harden's out, Tyler Johnson's out, LaMarcus Aldridge is out. So I have to pick, right? I pick every game for this show. I'll take Minnesota +6. I'll tell you straight up, definitely not going on the menu. I'm staying away from this game completely. Really hard to track the Nets when they put a different lineup on the floor every game. Spreadsheet is heavy on the over here. If you follow me on Twitter or Instagram, I put this out this morning. But with no Kyrie running the point and no Harden running the point, I mean, who knows what this game's going to look like, you know? So I'm going to pick the over, but again, not going on the menu. Anything changes, Twitter, Instagram story next game. Next up, Jazz, Wizards in Utah. Line open with the Jazz laying 12.5 points to a healthy Wizards team. That seems like a lot to me. And the sharps agree. Early sharp money's on Washington. Consensus line would drop from 12.5 all the way down to 11, and that's when we see some Utah Jazz money coming in. Now we're looking at 58% of the money on Utah. Mike Conley is out for Utah. Jordan Clarkson is doubtful for Utah. Listen, I like the Wizards here, and I like the under, but instead of putting it on the menu, I'm going to place a little side parlay. Welcome to follow me on it. I'm going to put a half unit on the Wizards to cover 11, Wizards plus 11, and the under at 234. I think this has a good chance of hitting, to be honest, but I'm not putting it on the menu because I like them both equally, and if I put them both on, we're looking at like 9 items on the menu. So just a little side parlay for me there. If anything changes, I will tweet it out and put it on my Instagram story next game. Next game up is Pelicans versus Kings. Line open with the Pelicans laying 3.5 points at home here. Early sharps are on the Pelicans, man. 88% of early money on New Orleans. Another game with sketchy line movement. This consensus line drops from 3.5 down to 2.5. Why? Money's been on the Pelicans all morning into the afternoon. There's been no spikes in Kings money. This doesn't make any sense why the consensus line, meaning multiple books, dropped their line a whole point. Lonzo Ball is questionable, so I'm thinking maybe the books heard that he's not playing, but he hasn't been. I think the public as a whole is assuming he's not playing. He's been out for some time anyway. Cannot explain that line movement. Look, the correct pick is New Orleans here, minus 2.5. Are you kidding me? At home, they're a much better team than Sacramento. Zion's been going crazy. I think he's got like 80 points in the last 2 games. Look it up. He's got like 75 points in the last 2 games. A red-hot Zion Williamson at home against the Kings. Yeah, I'll lay 2.5 points. So I'm going to take the Pelicans minus 2.5 and throw it on the menu. If I'm walking into some kind of weird trap, you got me, because I have to take the Pelicans here. If anything changes, I will tweet it out and put it on my Instagram story next game. Grizzlies versus Bulls in Memphis. The line opened at 3. Grizzlies favored. Early bets were actually on the Bulls, but money's going the other way. 80% of early money on Memphis. Check this one out. Another one. Why would this line drop from 3 to 2.5? This money's been pinned on Memphis all day. Why would it drop? I'll tell you why. I am doing it. I am slapping the trap stamp down on this game. Yeah, this looks like a trap to me. I'm picking the Bulls plus 2.5, but I am not putting it on the menu. What I will do, I really like the over 229.5. I'm going to bet that and put it on the menu. If anything changes, I'll tweet it out and put it on my Instagram story next game. Next up, Suns versus Rockets in Phoenix. Lined open at 13. They got the Suns laying 13 points at home to the Rockets here. And 98% of early money is on Phoenix. Check out this 180 though. Now, for some reason, I don't know why, in the late morning today, everyone decided to come out and place a bet on the Houston Rockets because the money is now heavy on the Rockets. Consensus line drops from 13 down to 12. I'm going to take the Rockets to cover 12 here. I don't love it. It won't be on the menu, but back-to-back totals on the menu. The total's at 228. I like the over again. So give me over 228. I'll put that on the menu. If anything changes, I'll tweet it out and put it on my Instagram story next game. Next game, Warriors versus Nuggets in Golden State. Line open with Golden State getting 4.5 points at home. So our last game is another home dog here. Early sharps are on Denver. I think it was 74% of the money on the Nuggets early. In the afternoon, we're looking at the exact same thing. Money is still on Denver. Line still Golden State plus 4.5. Kelly Oubre is out for Golden State. Jamal Murray is questionable for the Nuggets. I like the Nuggets either way in here. This is going on the menu whether Jamal Murray plays or not. Yeah, the Nuggets are just coming off a loss to Boston, but before that, they won 8 in a row. Denver's been playing some good basketball. Golden State really hasn't. Give me Denver minus 4.5. Throw it on the menu. Again, Jamal Murray has no impact on this pick. Denver minus 4.5 on the menu either way. If anything changes, I will tweet it out and put it on my Instagram story. Now let's do the parlay of the day. All right, today's parlay of the day. Again, these have not been hitting. Parlay of the day's been cold, but today's a 3-legger. Knicks minus 3.5. Sixers minus 3.5. Brooklyn Nets money line for a total payout of plus 511. Bet that at your own risk. I don't advise you play the parlay of the day. I understand people like them. I'm not going to play it. Let's stay hot. We had a great week last week. We're poised for another great week this week. No reason to stop what we're doing. Keep picking our spots. Let's make some money tonight. I will talk to you on Twitter. Swiss is out.